Hey folks, do another video here. This time we're going to talk about something that actually is possibly the most exciting thing in the history of the world, and that is estate taxes. But yeah, it's not that exciting. I did want to talk about it because I've heard and I've read some things out there that people say, well, now that the exclusion, which is the amount you can die and give away to your heirs, is 11 million or so, or plus, over 11 million. The fact that you can do that, husband and wife can give away $22 million and pay no estate taxes. So therefore, you actually don't really need to do any estate tax planning as long as you're not going to be over $22 million. And my thinking is, you're right. As long as you die in the next couple of years. You say, well, what do you mean by that? I don't plan on dying in the next couple of years or having both spouses die in the next couple of years. Yeah, I get it. And the reason why is this. Our political structure, people, spend all day on television talking about it, how much it's broken. It is broken, but there are some aspects of democracy that actually really do work. And that is that now we have a lot of energy and buzz that can be created through social media, through cable news channels like CNN and Fox News and MSNBC. And yes, they all have their bents of what they're trying to get across, but it actually really allows people to get energized and to get a lot of news for whatever viewpoint they're looking for. Or like me, I watch them all, and I love whenever they take one specific thing and one spins it totally the one way and one spins it totally the other, and I don't really agree with either one. But I like to see how they spin that. In 2000, in the early 2000s, I'll just say, in the early 2000s, you had the Republicans controlling the House, the Senate, and the presidency. In 2008, the Democrats controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Okay? In 2016, the Republicans took back and controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency. What I think you're going to have are these swings that go back and forth. And this isn't any, oh, he's so smart. No, I think this is just normal. I think a lot of people are saying this. I think a lot of people feel this. What's going to happen is the Democrats will get back in power, and they're going to control more than likely the House, the Senate, and the actual presidency at some point, either in 2020 election or 2024. And when that happens, they're going to go ahead and change these laws. They're going to say, you know what, it's 11 million, let's bring it to 3.5 million, or let's bring it to 1 million, or let's bring it to 5 million. Whatever number that is, I don't know what it's going to be, but I have a feeling these estate taxes are going to start to creep back in. If you get into a situation where things get really difficult and you have the government really needs money, they might lower this thing to $1 million. That means if you die, anything over $1 million in net worth is going to get taxed at, say, 40% or more. Now, I don't actually think we'll go down to that. I think if the Democrats come into power, which they will at some point, I think what they'll do is bring estate tax, that exclusion, down to, say, 3.5 million or 5 million. I think that's probably what they'll do. But obviously, I have no idea when that's going to happen. I'm just pretty sure it's going to happen at some point. So I do think that looking at your clients and saying, look, there's a chance that you could be in that 7 million to 10 million, which is still a ton of dough. But you actually could be, hit with estate taxes if a different administration comes in. We have these tax codes that essentially some of the provisions expire in 2025 and some of them continue on. It's very interesting how all this stuff works together. And I think that future Congresses that we have no idea what their political makeup is going to be are actually going to be in there to make these decisions for us. And then we have to hope that we die if we're wealthy. We have to die at the right time to not pay estate taxes. But for people to say that estate taxation is dead, it doesn't matter anymore, I would tell them the Republicans had the votes, and yet they couldn't eliminate the estate tax. because they wanted to. That was a thank you for being on this video, and I'll see you in a future video.